Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So in this video, I will explain about the concept of dielectric or insulator. Generally, in a conductor, so we have lot of number freely or loosely electron in a conductor atom. Without any existence of electric field, so basically the electron will be tied in each atom. So however, when we try at least a small value of electric field to this atom of conductor, basically the electron is able to move or migrate from one atom to another. So in this case, a certain number of current will be flow, and this current we call it as a conduction current. Based off the concept that we have been learned before, so the direction of the electric field and the direction of the current flow will be the same, but it will be inverse with the if we compare to the direction of the electron motion. So however, if we consider what we have in in dielectric, so basically in dielectric, so we have electron that tightly bound to each atom, and the electron will be create what we call it as an electron cloud surround the nucleus, and the center of the electron cloud will be the same as the center of a nucleus when we didn't have any electric field apply to that particular atom. So however, when we expose this atom to some value of electric field, basically what will happen, the center of the electron cloud will be moved far compared to its nucleus, like what we have been shown in this figure. So this phenomena we call it as a polarized atom. So because of there is no motion or migration of electron from one atom to another, so basically in this case, so no current will be flow, so due to no freely move of electron. So this condition, we call it as a polarized atom, can be shown by this phenomena, which is electric dipole. Whereas it seems like, so we have a positive charge and negative charge has been separated to each other with some value of distance and direction. Like in this case, that particular condition is represented by this D vector. During this electric dipole occurrence, so it will produce a small value for electric field, and we call it as a polarization field. And this value of field basically weaker and opposite direction compared to the value of electric field that we apply to that particular atom. And if we consider numerous atom that arrange in one dielectric, and when we apply some value of electric field at a certain direction, for example in this case, so basically we have a lot of polarized atom will be arranged like this case. So basically the bottom surface is, we call it as a negative surface charge, and the top surface in this particular case we call it as a positive surface charge. Alright. So during electric dipole occurrence, and we consider this happen in a free space, so we will have the electric flux density, so given by this equation. So whereas the vector D is equal to epsilon naught multiplied by a vector of E. So this one is based on the value of electric field that we expose to that particular dielectric material, and plus vector of P, whereas this P is given by electric polarization field, which is the field that generates due to the dipole occurrence. So the vector of P is given by this equation, whereas the vector of P is equal to epsilon naught xe dot with vector of E, whereas xe is represent of electric susceptibility. And if we replace the expression of P by using this equation, then we will have the expression or the equation of a vector of D is given by this equation, whereas the vector of D is equal to epsilon naught multiplied by vector of E plus epsilon naught xe multiplied by the vector of E. If we factorize the vector of E and epsilon naught, then we will have this expression. And in this case, so this part of equation, so we call it as epsilon, which is permittivity of that particular material. And in this case, the permittivity is equal to epsilon naught multiplied by 1 plus xe. So however, when we apply or when we expose that particular dielectric material with certain value of electric field, whereas the electric field value is greater compared to its breakdown value, so basically the dielectric breakdown occurrence will be happen. So the dielectric breakdown is defined as condition when a dielectric material experience permanent damage due to electron collision with the molecular structure. And the cause of this condition is due to when the dielectric material exposed to the some value of electric field, whereas the magnitude of that particular electric field is greater than what we call it as a dielectric strength or EDS. And this value of EDS is depend on the material. So basically for sample of least, so please refer to the note in the ULEN. So you can find some sample of the material and what is the value of EDS for each particular material. So alright, so that's all for now for the topic of dielectric. So thank you. So good luck. Should you have any further question, so please don't hesitate to submit your question in the ULEN. Alright, thank you.